What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Uncle Buck. So I had never seen Uncle Buck before, which is surprising because I'm a huge John Hughes fan, and this was of course written and directed by John Hughes, but for some reason or another I never took the chance to watch this movie. I've never caught it on TV. I never rented it, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It just flew under my radar all these years, even though, like I said, I am a big John Hughes fan. But I don't know. I just recently, like a subscriber mentioned it to me, and then it popped up on Netflix. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta check this out. I haven't done like a John Hughes movie on the channel in a while, and it's time. Let me check out Uncle Buck. So you know what? I'm glad. I'm very glad that I checked this out because I was a fan. I thought this was a great movie. Yeah, like absolutely nothing wrong with it. I had a great time with this. So I'm super glad I checked it out. Thank you to the subscriber who kind of put it in my head to watch this, because I've been meaning to watch it ever since I realized it was like a John Hughes movie. And then you got John Candy, Macaulay Culkin. I'm like, it's been ever since I like as an adult it's been on my radar, but I just never checked it out. But thank you to that subscriber who put it in my head, because this was a fantastic movie. So the basic plot summary is um, you have Uncle Buck. He's coming to watch his brother's three children. Uh, his brother has this older teenage daughter, and then a younger son and a younger daughter, and he has to watch these kids because um, Uncle Buck's brother's wife, her father had a heart attack, so the parents have to go out of town for like a week or so. So Uncle Buck has to watch the kids, and the parents are kind of reluctant to have him watch the kids because he's I don't know, he's kind of like a loser, I guess you could say. That's kind of I just for lack of a better term, like he has like a one bedroom apartment. He's not married. He doesn't have kids. He's middle aged. He doesn't have a job. So the parents are kind of reluctant to have him watch their kids because he's kind of irresponsible. That would have been a better term than a loser, but I don't know. I'm just freestyling these videos. So yeah, Buck, he's an irresponsible guy, so the parents are reluctant to have him watch the kids, but they're desperate. So Buck comes through and watches the kids, and he gets along with his with the younger kids, with his younger niece and nephew, but his older niece, Tia, they butt heads because basically Buck is very strict and will not let her go out because he believes that Tia's boyfriend is using her. And then so like Tia's mad at Buck, and she sabotages his relationship, and they're just like butting heads and going at it throughout the movie. So that is the basic plot summary. And something that I really liked about this movie is that it's similar to a lot of the big like quintessential John Hughes teen movies. It's similar where you do have this kind of teen coming of age story with Tia, where she uh, is kind of rebellious, and she has a bad relationship with her mom. She has a bad relationship with her Uncle Buck, and she's kind of getting used by her boyfriend, and she kind of we see her growth throughout the movie and towards the end of the movie, where she comes to this realization like, hey, like I gotta be nicer to my mom, I gotta be nicer to my Uncle Buck, like I can't let guys use me like that. So we still have that typical John Hughes coming of age, like teen coming of age story. Not saying that all of his movies are teen coming of age movies, but like a lot of the big notable ones are. So you still have that, but at the same time, it's a nice change of pace because so much of the focus is on Buck. Like a lot of other John Hughes movies, they don't really focus on adult characters. Like the vacation movies, they do follow like the vacation movies focus on an adult character, but most John Hughes movies like Breakfast Club or Home Alone or whatever, they're not focusing on an adult character. So this movie, like Uncle Buck was pretty much the main character, and we really focused on his growth and his development, which I thought, like I said, it was a nice change of pace where you still had the teen coming of age elements, but you got to see like Uncle Buck's growth as a person. I really liked that as well, and I liked that they focused on him because I don't know, he was a very likable character. He like I said, he wasn't the most responsible adult. He's this middle-aged guy. He doesn't have all of his stuff together, but he totally steps up and steps to the plate. Like once he gets to the house and he's in charge of these kids, that happens. You hear people that they might be irresponsible, and then they have kids, and they're like, you know what, I got to get my stuff together. I'm responsible for these young kids now. I got to get my stuff together. He like immediately, just gets his. Now he doesn't get all of his stuff together, but he gets his stuff together, and he really cares for these kids and wants to take care of them and make their lives better. So yeah, he totally stepped up. There's a couple instances where he kind of falls back into his old ways, or he has slip ups along the way, but I really liked seeing his development. And yeah, I like that you still had the teen focus, but we got to focus on Buck like becoming a responsible adult. I thought that was kind of a fresh concept in a John Hughes movie. And then another thing that I like about this movie is that this movie is it's kind of like a family movie. It's you got the younger kids in the movie. It could be you could watch this as a kid and enjoy it. You could watch it as a teen and enjoy it. And like even though it is a PG movie, I'm a 26-year-old man, and I enjoyed it. So I think as an adult you can enjoy it, and you can relate to it too as an adult, because Buck is kind of the black sheep of the family. Like he doesn't have a job, he's not married, and he kind of feels like an outsider. Like a lot of people can relate to that as adults because I mean, me personally, I'm not married. I see people that I went to school with getting married, and sometimes you go to once you're like grown, once you're an adult, you go to like a holiday gathering, you go to some family function, and it's like you're kind of comparing, like in your head you're kind of comparing yourself to your siblings, like, oh, my cousin is they're in this long-term relationship and they have this great job, and like, am I doing enough? Am I like you kind of feel like behind in life sometimes. So I felt like this was relatable as an adult. I think young kids could enjoy this movie. Like kids who are like 10 years old could enjoy this movie. Teenagers could enjoy this movie. Like all different age groups could relate to it. And for a PG movie, there was actually like some of the comedy was like a little bit raunchy. This could have been a PG-13, but I don't know. Like I don't let the fact that this movie is PG and like kind of like a family film like deter you if you're like a grown ass man like myself. It's I mean this movie I think is enjoyable for all ages, which a lot of John Hughes movies are. But yeah, I just found this movie really relatable and really enjoyable. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. Like if you're deterred by like a PG rating and you think this is a kids movie, it's not a kids movie. You could be 86 years old and have a blast with this. So I just wanted to put that out there. And then just overall, the story was good. I think the performances were great. John Candy absolutely killed it. The child actors were great. Macaulay Culkin was great. Gabby Hoffman was great. There were so many funny moments, like countless funny moments. I can't, I'm not even gonna like list them, but so many great funny moments. And then like the dialogue in this was on point. So many memorable lines. So many. I'll get into a couple memorable lines. There's so many that I could go on for 10-15 minutes, but there was this one instance where Uncle Buck is talking about how he used to smoke cigarettes and now he's smoking cigars, and he's like, yeah, I'm on this is my 5-year plan, I quit smoking cigarettes, I'm going to smoke cigars, then I'm going to move to chewing tobacco, then I'm going to move to nicotine gum. So that I thought that was funny. And then there's this instance where Macaulay Culkin's character is talking with Uncle Buck, and he's like, you have way more nose hairs than my dad does. And then Uncle Buck's like, oh, how nice of you to notice. And then Macaulay Culkin's character is like, I'm a kid. That's my job. So the exchange with him and Uncle Buck when he's like initially interrogating him, that's gold as well. He's like, are you married? It's complicated. Do you have kids? It's even more complicated. Well, he says it's a long story, but I always butcher lines of dialogue on here. That's why I can't quote stuff on here. But yeah, there's so many memorable lines, so many funny moments. This was just, I don't know. This is a great feel good movie. I don't know. I don't have anything bad to say about it. In terms of a recommendation, I would 100% recommend it. This is once again, John Hughes does not miss. He kills it. This is just, I don't know. This movie, I needed a good like comedy. I needed a good like heartfelt drama. Like this movie hit the spot right now. So I would definitely recommend this movie. I think it's great in so many ways, and it's on Netflix right now. So if you have Netflix, definitely check it out. But yeah, that's been my recommendation, and that has been my review of Uncle Buck. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.